So why does everyone say that now, at Halloween, is the only time to connect with your ancestors? Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing. Today we're going to chat about communicating and connecting with our ancestors, why I think that that is important, how it will help you to stay in balance, and why people focus on that energy right now at Samhain. If staying in balance mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually interests you, you should subscribe to my channel and check out all of my other videos that are meant to help you on your path to your truth. So, Samhain. Yes, it is spelled Sam Hain, but it is pronounced Sow-in. So, Samhain. It's the new year for those of us that are on an earth spiritual path. It's a time when we celebrate the ending of the cycle. It is the final harvest. It is Halloween. It's the time when we connect to our ancestors because it is believed that the veil between the worlds of the living and those of the dead is the thinnest during this time of year. So that is why everyone focuses on, connecting with your ancestors now at the time of Samhain. We honor them. We light fires for them. We let them help them find their way to cross the veil if they've passed in the last year. If they have not yet gone through the veil, we help them to pass through the veil. We communicate with them. We do divination during this time because it's a little bit easier for messages to come through. So connecting with and communicating with and honoring your ancestors is very important at this time of year for most of us that follow an earth spiritual path. We have holidays such as El Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead, that are followed by most of the people in the Hispanic communities. People will set up elaborate altars to honor their ancestors during this time of year. But I feel that yes, it is important to honor and communicate with our ancestors now, but it is important to honor and communicate with them all the time. When people start walking this path of earth spirituality and they ask me how they should get started, one of my very first recommendations is that they set up an ancestor altar. An ancestor altar is something that you can very easily set up in your home. It does not have to take up a lot of space. It could just take up wall space. Ours is a shelf above our TV. And as you can see, it's an altar space that contains things like pictures or incense and things that remind you of those ancestors. Things that you have of them that give you that memory, but that honors them. We also put coffee and tea on our ancestor altar, and we change it out every day or so. And we have things there that remind us of all of the different people that have influenced our lives, that have helped us along our paths. Some of them are blood relatives, but not all of them are blood relatives. Some of them are people who have helped to change us as we were walking our paths. And we represent them with different items on the altar. So things that you can put on your altar don't necessarily have to be exact things. They can be representations of things. It's a place where you can go to commune, where you leave offerings as not a worship thing. It's offerings as an honor, as a recognition that you are honoring their memory, that you are honoring what they have taught you. And like I said, that's not just blood relatives. There's lots of people that are recognized on our altar for our family that are not blood relatives, but they are people who were family to us. And so we have this altar up all year round. We use this altar all year round. We use it to connect and to communicate. We light incense. We burn candles. It's not something that we just do right now. We do have an altar that we have set up in the house for Samhain, and I can show you that as well. But that altar is a little bit different. It's meant for just this time of year. It's our altar that we change with the seasons. And some people can't have that style of altar in their home, but no one is going to question that you have a wall of pictures and things that are your ancestors. And that could be all that you need, with a little shelf underneath it with a place to light a single candle or to burn a little incense. And it's very easy to get started with that. And it's very easy to work with those energies and to ask for guidance, to ask for inspiration from those who have guided you when they were here, to continue to guide you once they have passed, and to honor that memory of how they have helped you along your path. During Samhain, some people will set up bigger altars and to honor people. They might do formal rituals. They might leave food offerings for the ancestors that they normally don't do all the time. I know people that have what is called a dumb supper, and they have their full spread of all the wonderful harvest celebrations, and they put a seat at the table for their ancestors, and that seat is empty, and there's a plate of food and ale and whatever meat or whatever they're drinking, could just be coffee, at the table, and they leave that there for whatever ancestors want to stop by. Most of the people that do a dinner like this, actually, they do not talk at all during the dinner. And the idea is that you're leaving yourself in silence so that you can hear the dead speak, and that you're welcoming the dead to come in and sit at your table, and the spirits of them to come in and sit at the table and communicate with you, knowing that they will be going back across the veil when the sun rises the next morning on the 1st. So it's just a time of communication. It's different people will do that in different ways. I tend to do more divination during this time of year, but I do that all the time as well. But you need to find what is a balance for you. How can you connect to your ancestors? What does connecting to your ancestors look like to you? Is that your blood relatives? Is that your family of choice that have passed through the veil that you want to connect with? Is it the people that lived in the home that you now own, or lived on the land in the past? Who are the ancestors that you're connecting to? And why are you choosing to connect with them? And you just need to be clear about that and set up something that helps you to be able to focus on that every day, and to be able to focus on that right now during Samhain when the veil is thin, because it may be a little bit easier for you to hear and feel. You don't necessarily hear someone talking, but you feel, you get that gut instinct. You just know what it is that you're feeling. You know something. You light the candle and you just feel it. You feel that connection to them, and then you know where your path is. You know what you need to do. It doesn't necessarily have to be a voice in your head. And you go from there. Many people will burn herbs and incenses and light candles during this time of year at Samhain to help those that have passed during this past year to pass through the veil, and to help them to finish whatever it is and to light their way. I did do an article on the herbs and oils that are typically associated with Samhain, and I do have them for all of the Sabbats, all 8 of the holidays on the Wheel of the Year, on my website, and I will post that link down below. And while you're there, you may want to join the Transformational Healing Tribe, and you can get to the website at transformationalhealingbydawna.com/tribe if you want to join the tribe. And then that way you can get announcements whenever I put up new articles or do new videos and have special flash sales, that sort of thing, on all the herbs and oils or aromatherapy products and spiritual items that you may need for your practice to help you to stay in balance and to help you along your path to find that path. Next week, our focus will be on keeping yourself and your home energetically and spiritually in balance and protected. And that's not just for a certain time of year, that will be for all the time. If staying in balance is important to you and you're looking for ways to do that, be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on any of the upcoming videos. And be sure to check out these other videos that will help you along your path to balance and to truth. Until then, I'll see you next week. Many blessings.